But it's all right because we can talk about my game of the week now, which is another divisional game in the AFC least over here. Between the Pats and the Dolphins are favorites at home by 7.5. I do think that um, the Dolphins with Tua, pretty good. I did see an interesting article on, I think it was maybe ESPN. I can't remember where the article was, but it was essentially how the NFL and like the football world has just accepted that you get brain damage and like we're gonna keep playing with it. And I was like, yeah. Like we know it's not good for your head. Like duh. Um yeah. Yeah. Going back to the last game, the Vikings have given up the least amount of yards to the rush. Anyways, moving on or staying with the Pats and the Dolphins. I just had to prove I had to do that for me. I'm sorry. The Pats have split with the Dolphins a lot. The Dolphins have only swept the Patriots four times, three times since 2000. And they won their first game earlier this year. So I like the Patriots here. I really, really do. I think, they got a young team. The coach is kind of working um,
Drake
on the
May.
culture there. Jerron Mayo, he's working on the culture, and Drake May he's doing his thing. I think he's a winner. He finds ways to win. Did you see that game? I think it was a couple weeks ago. Who they ended up losing but they covered, I think. He threw like that floater to
The
Ramondre
London game?
Stevenson. Huh?
The London game against Jacksonville?
I don't think it was the London game. It was at
Pretty
the
sure it
very
was.
end. Was it the London
Yeah,
game?
because it went to overtime and it was like cutting into noontime football almost.
Yes, I think it was. I think it was. Yeah, he scrambled around for like a ridiculously long time
Just
and
threw it
then
up.
turns and then just throws up a fucking floater to Ramondre Stevenson and he catches it. No, yeah, I think he is capable and obviously he's shown it like he can do crazy shit like that. He can get it done in crunch time and it definitely put his team in a position to win. And I think the Pats go down to Miami, where they're traditionally pretty good at. They like the
The,
warm
Pa- the
weather.
the Patriots usually lose to the Dolphins in Miami.
Do they really?
Yeah,
I
that's
feel like
usually
again, I feel like Tom Brady did well in Miami, I thought.
that was
Well,
the Gronk was in its safety game.
Well, I mean that's one game.
That's the most memorable one though. They
I
usually
mean,
they
sure.
usually split with the Dolphins, and the one game they lose is in Miami.
Oh,
so
oh,
are you thinking? Did you say you think that the Patriots are going to sweep this year?
no, no, no. I think the Patriots are going to win and split with them. I don't see the Dolphins
Oh, gotcha,
sweeping. That's why I like the Patriots as
gotcha,
well.
gotcha, gotcha. Well, I'd like to point out that you know in the first game that they played, where Miami did win by five, uh, who was not playing. It was Tyler Huntley in at quarterback, and they still won. Not a good game, but pretty handedly. Feel like who is back, who is playing well. The
Mm,
Dolphins are hot. Defense is playing a little bit better. They've even won against some good competition. I find it hard, even given this rivalry, that to think that Miami is not going to walk away potentially big winners in this game, even with
Yeah.
Drake May playing the way that he
Oh,
is.
I think Miami probably wins. I mean, maybe. I don't know. See, I don't know. I like that
That's
stat.
really
I like the no
not what you
sweeps.
just
I
said.
like the no sweeps. Something about that stat. I mean, maybe,
Like I
but
wouldn't I wouldn't call you crazy for like picking the Pats to cover. But just if you were going money line Pats in this game, like if you were just picking the Pats to win,
I don't
like
know. I'm
Call the
kind of
number.
feeling it. I'm kind of feeling
Call
it.
the if you're taking the Pats money line, call the number.
No, bro, that's not even. Come on. Have you even gambled on Chinese horse racing? Get the fuck out of here.
I have no idea what that fucking meant, but I think like two and the Dolphins just had like a decent week last week, so I think they keep it rolling because he's had Tua's had time off to get everything else right. Like he's as long as he protects his head, like the Dolphins offense is probably up there in one of the better offenses in the league.
I want to like what is going on
Top
with this
half,
team? Because
top half. Let's give him that. I'll
Tua
give him that top half.
Yeah.
Tua comes back and Johnu, we're seeing like a resurgence of Johnu Smith. Like Tyreek Hill has done well, but
It's
has
been an
not been
underwhelming
better
season for him nonetheless.
Yeah.
than Jonnu Smith. In fact, Jalen Waddle actually has been the leading receiver outside of Jonnu Smith the last couple of weeks. And Jonnu, even when Tua was out, was playing really well. And now he has 101 yards last week against your Raiders there, Tommy. So I mean,
Wish I would have made the move
should
on
we
him when he's
be
on the waiver wire.
throwing a little parlays in for Jonnu? Should we expect Jonnu to really torch up this or not Vikings, the Patriots defense?
No,
Remind
that was
me.
the Raiders last week, dude.
Yeah. Well, yeah, we suck. We're so bad. Don't even get me started. Don't even get me started. Um, Smith, tight end or wide receiver?
Tight
Tight
end.
end.
Dang it.
John who's better
Man.
than Kyle Pitts. John,
That's a
As of
real
John is
like
hot
better than
take,
recently,
Kyle
Tybo.
yeah,
Pitts.
maybe.
It's a real
Yeah.
hot take, man.
Yeah, maybe as of recently. I don't know. But yeah, I think Johnny Smith is just like you said, kind of having a bit of a resurgence. They're in need. Tyreek Hill's not having a good year. Somebody else has to step up. Next man up mentality. But yeah.
He was outperforming him in Atlanta.
That wasn't hard to do.
Jonnu Smith, new star in Miami.